Greetings, I'm Ryan from iThemeland, specializing in WordPress and Woocommerce. In this tutorial, we're going to teach you what you need to do to roll back to the previous data using the Woocommerce bulk coupons editing plugin. There are two methods for that, which are undo redo button and history tab options. The difference between rolling back to the previous data by these two methods is that you can only roll back to the latest changes by using the undo or redo buttons, while you actually have access to all changes made by different users in the history tab, which also makes it possible to roll back to any previous data in a specific time. Alright, now let's first try the undo and redo buttons. For example, we want to change the status of this coupon. So we're going to change the status to published by Inline edits. If you only need to roll back this latest change, we should click on the undo button designed on the top of the main page, and then we'll see this success message, and the latest changes will actually reverse. Now you can also apply the latest change again on the data by using the redo button, which is right here. Now, as we mentioned before, if you've made so many changes, the only way to roll back to the data on a specific date is using the options in the history tab of our plugin. And to open the history tab, you have to click on history on the top of the main page. So we can go ahead and click on it. And as you can see, the history tab has two parts. These parts are filtering section and the history columns, which make it very easy to roll back to the previous data in a specific date. Alright, first, you need to filter the history of changes made on coupons data by setting the conditions and the fields designed in the filtering part. The conditions are operation, author, fields, and date. In the operation field, you can choose one of these items, bulk operation or inline operation, and in the author field, you can choose one of the emails authorized to make the changes in the coupon data. And the next one is field, which is a really good option to type the name of the fields that you need to roll back to the previous data of. And lastly, date. By specifying a period of time from one date to another, our plugin will filter the changes that have been made during that period of time to actually make it much easier to roll back to the previous data. And there is no need to specify every single field to filter the history of changes. You just need to filter the history columns according to one of them. For example, here we want to filter changes made on the status field data from this date using inline edit. So first we set the data and the filtering part. Our operation should be inline operation, and we don't need to select anything for author. And then for fields, we're gonna go for status, and for example, our date would be this date. And now if we click on apply filters, the previous data will be listed in the history table. And here you'll notice that two new buttons are added to the filtering part: reset filters and clear history. By clicking on reset history, all of the conditions set on the filtering part will be removed, and you can set a new condition to filter the history columns. And then for clear history, you need to use this button very carefully because it will remove the whole history of data changes filtered in the table. So you'll have no access to them to roll them back to the previous data. Alright, once the data has been filtered, you can check the history columns and use either the revert or the delete option that we have provided here. So by clicking on the revert button, in each row on the history table, you can revert the changes made on that date. But the delete option can remove the changes made on that date forever, so it's actually not possible to roll back to that previous data anymore.